Hi, everyone. Welcome to Module 1, Introduction to Health Promotion and Disease Prevention, also known as the week where we set the tone for everything else that follows. And I mean that pretty literally. If you get this week right, the rest of the course feels structured and manageable. If you don't, well, then things are going to get really confusing around week 3 and spiral gently from there. So let's try to avoid that. Before we even talk about assignments, I want to be clear about something right away, because this is where students tend to get tripped up every single term. This course is about program planning, development, implementation, and evaluation. This course, as I've mentioned before, is not a research methods course, a place to design your dissertation study, or a place where you run hypothesis testing. So if at any point you find yourself writing something like, the purpose of this study is to test, wait, pause, reset. We're not doing that here. Instead, we're designing realistic applied health programs, the kind of thing that could actually exist in a community, organization, or clinical setting. Now, let me tell you why this week matters more than it might feel like right now. The work you start this week, such as identifying your population, health issue, and general program idea, is going to follow you through this entire course and into HHP 7060. So what you're doing right now is not just a discussion board post or an assignment. It's the foundation of a multi-course project. No pressure. Just choose wisely. So let's simplify this. By the end of this module, you should be able to clearly distinguish between health promotion, disease prevention, and research. Identify specific population and health issue, and starting to think about how we improve health in real-world settings. And this is where things shift. You're not just learning definitions, you're starting to think like someone who designs interventions. Your program, well, yeah, it starts right now. You're going to begin outlining a hypothetical health promotion program. And I want to emphasize this. Hypothetical does not mean unrealistic. Your program should be evidence-informed, be feasible in a real setting, and make sense given the resources, population, and context in which you would implement it. In other words, if your program sounds like it requires unlimited funding, 20 staff members, and perfect participant compliance, well, we need to bring that back down to earth a little bit. And now, let's walk through what's due. But more importantly, let's talk about what each thing is actually for. So, discussion 1A. This is your introduction. Here, we get to know you. You introduce yourself. You get to listen to other people introducing themselves. You start thinking about your interests, and you begin engaging with your peers. Translation: don't disappear this week. Be present, and be present early. Discussion 1B is actually where the thinking starts. Here, you're going to be expected to connect the course concepts from the lectures, the slides, and the readings. You're expected to begin shaping your program idea and engage with others. Please don't just post and disappear. Remember, I'm sure you already know, this is a doctoral level discussion writing, which means no short answers, no surface level summaries, and no I agree responses. Assignment 1 is where we're going to begin putting things together, and this assignment matters because it forces you to start organizing your ideas in a very structured way, which we'll absolutely need later. So what am I looking for this week? Well, let me be very clear about these expectations up front. I am not looking for perfection, fully developed programs, or even expert-level knowledge. Really, what I'm looking for is thoughtful decision-making, clear connections to the course concepts, and good effort in developing a realistic direction. Now, let's briefly chat about some common mistakes and how to prevent them early. Here's what typically happens in Module 1. Students choose a topic that is way too broad, such as improving overall health, or way too narrow, such as increasing hydration among left-handed swimmers aged 19 to 21, or treat this like a research study instead of a program. So think about this as your goal. Find something focused, realistic, and applicable, and you will be fine. Final thoughts for this week. If all of this feels a little bit overwhelming right now, well, that's okay. That's normal. You're not expected to have everything figured out right now, but you are expected to start thinking intentionally, making decisions with purpose, and engaging with the material early. So, welcome to the course. Start thinking about your population, your health issue, and your direction, because whether you realize it or not, you've already gotten started on your final project, which is great news.